Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to European Truck Simulator 2, and welcome to, oh, these names. Europe, man. All these names in Europe. We were in Ionnina. Possibly pronounced differently. If it is, I'll do my best. We're going to Kavala. Kavala? And I was thinking of going all the way over here to the east, but we need to come back to Thessaloniki anyway to take the ferry down to Greece. Now, I did find a job going to ferry all the way down to Greece, ferry all the way down to Cyprus. It's been a long weekend. However, the job that I found that was going to Cyprus from Ionnina was like 168 kilometers away to pick up. And the one that we got instead, which is going to Kavala, was right in town. Does that all make sense? I think it does. Normally it does. Sometimes it does not. We are still in our RJL Scania with the rigid carry box on it by Cast, and also the little dolly trailer by Cast. Let me show you a really cool detail. I noticed this earlier when I was kind of getting things moved around. If you look on the trailer, there's just a little smudge of exhaust from the generator, from the little motor that runs the refrigerator unit. I love it. I love little details like that. I really do. I'll tell you about details like that in a minute after we get rolling. Right, so I think this is everything. This is everything. Here we go. We got a sat nav in the dash. We got our guy talking to us. Lights on, wipers on. I don't know why it's raining all the time in Truck Sim. Is that a thing now? Maybe? I don't know. It seems like it's raining all the time. And I haven't done anything with rain probability. Initially, I noticed it on the ATS side. And I thought, well, that's because we've got Oregon and Washington now. Naturally, we'll have more rain. But it seems like across both the franchises now, it rains a lot. So I suspect the solution is going to be to turn down the rain probability. Although I have it set pretty low as it is. I think it's, there's no number on it. I would estimate it's 15%, 20%, somewhere around there. So we'll just dial it down lower. 7%, 2%. We'll sort it out. What else is going on in Euro Truck? I'm not even going to mention that road to the Black Sea. I'm not even going to talk about it. It was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, whenever Washington came out. Yeah, a couple of months ago. I was like, Washington is out, fantastic. Road to the Black Sea is coming because they release everything in pairs. Always there are two. And, but then there was never the Tweece one. There was never the second one. So, I'm just going to stop talking about it because I feel kind of silly now. I thought it was, whoa. I thought it was coming straight away. And, clearly it is not. But it'll be here. It'll be here soon. So what else is going on? The game updated. Well, ETS did. I haven't been in ATS for a couple days, but ETS updated to 1.35.1.30 Sierra. Did not reset us back to anywhere. We started right back in the city that we were in. However, this is a Pro Mods area. Yeah, it has to be. And when it spawned us in with that little dolly trailer, spawned us halfway into a wall, hung up on a fence, and the whole thing just started bouncing around and did about 30% damage. So we had to go down to the diesel shop and get everything fixed, and that set us back like 25 grand. I'm not really worried about money. I believe we spent, I don't know, over €1 million. Moment, please. We spent over €1 million. We bought a garage. We bought 5 little trucks. And we hired 5 drivers. So now the new driver model, I was going to say as they level up, they'll start making us more money faster. But the new driver model, I believe, the drivers that you recruit, it is as though it is based on the drivers that you already have, or maybe it's based on your skill level. I don't know, but it seems like if you're further into the game, you don't have to hire like absolutely bone stock level 1 drivers. You can hire drivers that are already somewhat leveled up and will make you money faster. That seems fair. That seems appropriate. But we did hire 5 drivers and put them in 5 trucks, so we were already making money just about faster than we can spend it. But now we'll be making it even faster than that. So what is that? Faster than we can spend it? No more almost? I don't know. But that's what's going on there. So, so yeah, the game looks great. I'm really pleased with the way DX11 changes the lighting. I think that's... Moment. I think that's a massive improvement. And it's really... I think it's taken some years off the game. Now, I just popped in Spin Tires, the original game, the 1.3.3 patch, and that is in a video from a couple days ago. If you want to check that out, it's a better explanation than I'll give here, because I don't want to say the same things twice. Let's get into good gear. There we go. €4. I love grease. Yay! There we go. But what they did with Spin Tires, the original game, I'm going to refer to it as Spin Tires, the original game. I wouldn't say out of spite, but because we had Spin Tires and then we had Spin Tires Mud Runner, right? And then now it's just Mud Runner. And you know what I'm saying. You always know what I'm saying. So I'm just going to call it that. As awkward and clunky as it is, I'm going to call it that. They did a lot of things in that patch, and they took a couple of years off that game. And I have to say, I'm really surprised and impressed with how good that game looks, being as old as it is. I mean, 5 years. It's not ancient, but it's not new. But being as old as it is, and also being as compact as it is as far as the size of the game file, I'm impressed with how good that game looks. And I'm impressed with what DX11 has done for ETS and ATS. Now, our frame rate, I have to say, is not good right now. And I have not seen that in, or at least I didn't see it in base game ETS, and I don't see it in ATS, which I guess is only base game because there's no pro mods or equivalent. But I feel like in the pro mods areas in ETS, we do see some drops. I know I got my wipers on in a tunnel. I just leave them on sometimes. I don't have enough thumbs. What can you do? They say, the pro mods crew and the pro mods fanboys say that pro mods has no discernible effect on frame rate. They say that. They say a lot of things. A lot of people say a lot of things. It doesn't make it true. It doesn't mean it's not true. But just because they say it, you know, I believe we all have eyes to see with. And I personally think some of the pro mods areas are a little rough on the frame counter. Get our lights turned off here. And it's 9 a.m. So we've got 500 kilometers. It's a little bit long for one episode, and we just did a long ATS episode. So we'll probably cut it off after about 20 to 30 minutes, but it is 9 a.m., so we'll do most of this in daylight. I had about 4 topics in one sentence there. I was just trying to be efficient. Just trying to cram it all in there. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me either way, and I know there were some, or there are some cities in Western Europe in pro mods that are notorious for being brutal on FPS. Basel, I think, is one of them. Oh. Well, you know, when in Greece. So, I believe that I can see that. It's not the end of the world, but I do feel like it is a thing. It's going to be a little tight in here. Tight. There we are. The right gear. I'm gonna get out of here. Can we beat this guy? It's a race. So you can let me over? Damn right he is. Sir? Yeah, he is. Thank you. But no complaints. You know, just we can make the observation without being upset about it. I'm not upset about it. I think it looks great, plays great. I love it. One of my favorite sims. One of my favorite sims ever. And I guess that leads me to the next question, which is rhetorical, but feel free to answer in the comments. Here's my question. let me begin, as always. Let me preface the question with an anecdote. Moment. Oh dear. We got buses, we got Greek cops. Oh man. Best vacation ever. Okay, here we go. So here's my anecdote. A long time ago, I mean, not a long time, not like the 90s, a while ago, when it came out, I got MX GP Pro by Milestone. It's alright. It's okay, you know. It just didn't you know, didn't do it for me. It didn't click. And then a while after that, I got Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game 2, also by Milestone. That did it for me a little bit more, but you know, I didn't think there were a ton of tracks, and the tracks all sort of seemed the same, and you know, there weren't really a ton of bikes, and I don't know, just yeah, such as you have. Well then, for no apparent reason, well, maybe not for no particular reason, I follow Robo46 on YouTube. He does, I believe he does exclusively motorcycle videos, which is going to be in that space, as they say. That's going to be Milestone, and I believe there's also the Isle of Man game, the Isle of Man TT game, which I have, which is, they say it's going to be fixed in the second one. We're off topic here, by the way. They say it's going to be fixed in the second one because the current handling, I mean, I know it's hard making it around that course, but it seems, that game seems harder than hard, you know? It's, I don't know. Anyway, the physics is supposed to be fixed. Physics and handling are supposed to be fixed in the second one. It's supposed to be much better. We shall see. Moment, please. Oh dear. Okay. I was just trying to take a screenshot, officer. I don't think you understand. So, if it's not the Isle of Man sim game, whatever you want to call it, we really need to slow down before we wad this thing up. If it's not that one, then it's a Milestone game if it's a motorcycle sim. That's just, there's Milestone, and then there's like a couple others, but Milestone seems to be making, man, they make the MotoGP franchise, they make the MX GP franchise, they make the Ride franchise. They got motorcycles on lock over there in Italy, telling you what. So I was watching Robo46. He got to, or I guess I got caught up with his MotoGP 19 videos. He's doing the Moto E right now. Off topic again. A lot of people hating on the Moto E. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. People are saying like, oh, it's dumb, go back to the way it was. And I think, go back to the way it was MotoGP, which is itself different than it used to be, right? Would you want to go back to like 500cc two-strokes? Oh, no, don't go that far. Just go back to what I like. Okay, well, there was a time when they were riding 500cc two-strokes, and they said, we're going to do this, and people were like, no, keep it the way it is. So there's always somebody saying, keep it the way it is, but if we had kept it the way it is, you know, it wouldn't be MotoGP. It would be like, we'd be watching people ride horses, right? Because we kept it the way it was. Things move forward. What are you going to do? So, I mean, I'm on the fence about Moto E. It's certainly, it's not as exciting as MotoGP, but it's brand new. It's brand new. Give it time. Give it a few years. Same with Formula E. Give it time. I do miss the noise. I do. And I don't know if there's ever going to be a way that motorsport can be as, visceral. Yeah, that's the word. I don't know if motorsport can ever be as visceral without the noise. The noise and the smell. I've been to a lot of races in my life of all kinds, of everything from flat track hot shoe Harley Davidson racing in South Dakota to IndyCar. Never been to a Formula One race, but there are two things that really, I mean, I know as soon as those things hit me, I know I'm at a race. One of them is the smell of race gas. and oil. And the other is the sound. And you hear the sound as soon as you get out of your car in the parking lot. You hear that sound. I don't know. I suppose it'll take one generation, right? One generation of being exposed to racing without those things, and then that generation won't miss it because they will never have known it, right? But anyway, that was somewhat off topic. So Robbo's done with, or I'm caught up with his MotoGP 19 series, and I just kind of started flipping through his playlists as you do, and I found his MXGP series, which is kind of brief, I have to say. He really wasn't into it, and I thought, well, shoot, man, I got MotoGP, not MotoGP, MXGP. Oh man, they're very similar names. I got MXGP, bro. Let me see why I didn't like that, and I fired it up, and I love it. I can't stop playing it, and then that got me thinking, let me check out that Monster Energy Supercross the Game 2 by Milestone, and I fired that up, and I love that too. Although I have to say, it is brutally hard compared to MXGP Pro. If you play the two back to back, man, Monster Energy Supercross, it's all rhythm. It's like every moment. It's like every feature in those little tracks, those tight little stadium tracks. Every feature, I'm either overjumping it or underjumping it. And I don't know which is worse. I mean, if you underjump, you case the landing and just stop dead. But if you overjump it, now you land flat. That's bad enough. And then your rhythm is all busted, right? Because you got no momentum for the next one. If you hit it hard, you'll overjump it. If you don't hit it hard enough, then you'll just land in the next trough, in the next gap, and just roll through the whole section while everybody passes you. It's brutal. I kind of like it. I do. But it got me thinking about something else. And this is a question. That was all preface, by the way. Yeah, we talk when we drive the truck. What the hell else are we going to do? I'm not going to sit here in silence. I'll just yak at you while we drive the truck. So it got me thinking, what is it about some games that immediately resonates with us? As soon as we play that game, we're like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm all over that. And then there are other games we play it and we just can't stop playing it, but only for a while. And then other games, as soon as we play them, it's like, no, that's not for me. I don't like either of those. And then other games, it's a slow burn. Initially, it doesn't do it for us, but then we come back around to it. And I guess, that's sort of how life is in general for everything, for people, for food, meals, places. It's not just the thing itself or the person itself. Never refer to people as things. It's not just the person or the thing. It's who we are and where we are in our lives when we're first introduced to it or first exposed to it. Something's going on up here. All right, we got a toll booth. Are we already at that town? No. We might do this in one episode. We might. I think we just slept. Yeah, because we just got off the boat. We drove down to that little town. I think we just slept. Okay. We might do this in one episode. TBD. TBD. So yeah, it's not just the thing itself. It's us. But it is interesting to see games. I have deleted games. Well, they're not deleted. They're uninstalled. I deleted a few games once on Steam. I uninstalled them and then in an impulsive move, what's going on up here? Sir and or ma'am, folks, I beseech you, get a move on. Wonder if I can just sneak through on the right. As long as neither of them move, this is going to be fine. But it's critical that neither of them move. You stay right there. Nobody move. Ain't nobody seen nothing. Sir. Yeah, there were some games that I got on Steam. I didn't like them. I uninstalled them, and then I deleted them. You can do it. It takes a few extra steps, but it's like gone. And then I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, why would I do that? right? Once they're uninstalled, they're not taking up any hard drive space, and I already paid for it. Why would you delete it, dumbass? So I haven't done that since. But when you delete a game, not delete, other one, uninstall. When you uninstall a game, you can still see it grayed out in your library. And I see some of the games in there that I've bought and have uninstalled, and it's like, what was I thinking? I suppose I could have just taken a little pile of money and burned it, right? Like, what was I thinking? I am never going to be into that game. Why did I do that? And then there are other games that I have in my wish list, and it's like, and you really got to get that. You really got to get that, but it's €100 or whatever, and kind of putting it off, waiting on a better gaming laptop, more powerful system. In some cases, waiting to get my new flight stick. I've got my eye on a flight stick. Who knows when that's going to happen, but there are some flight sims and some space sims that really do require a kind of a specific type of flight stick system, really. Throttle on one side, flight stick on the other, rudder pedals on the floor, like the whole deal. And off topic once again, I do try to figure out, like, what would that all look like? Where are we going? Are we going up here? Certainly hope so. Because we did. I try to think what that would look like. I've got a crowded desk now. I don't have enough room for everything now. You know, I've got my wheel bolted to the desk. I've got my pedals kind of bolted to the carpet protector. I'm in an office chair. Don't laugh when I say this. I don't have a proper race rig. I got an office chair, but when I race, I strap it to the desk. Oh, it's so jank. It's ridiculous. But I saw all these tips online, and one of them was like, "Oh, jam a couple socks under the wheels." And I was like, "Man, what kind of office chair do you have? Mine pivots. Mine spins. So even if I lock the wheels in place, right, then every time I push with one foot, gas or brake, I'm just going to spin in the opposite direction. That's no good. So what I do is I strap the arms of the chair to the desk, and that way it can't move back or turn. But I look at all that, and it's like, yeah, I don't have enough room for this as it is, and it's totally, like, rigged together. Right? Where would I put rudder pedals for... moment. Where would I put rudder pedals for a flight stick? Where do they want us to go up here? I mean, obviously to the right. Okay, so to the right and then to the left. I think. Okay. Now, I do have Thrustmaster pedals. And I've got the whatever. Not the Pro ones. The ones under that. Well, they only make 2 sets. I guess they make 3 sets. They make one that's just gas and brake. I've got the 3-pedal set, but it's not the Pro set that can be inverted. It's not the good ones. And it's my understanding that with Thrustmaster, out of the box, all the pedals have the same travel and the same spring, and it is so they can be inverted. So if you flip it, like right now, on the left is my clutch, and on the right is my throttle. If I were to flip it, right, then naturally everything would be reversed. They'd be inverted, but I would still want the same travel and the same feel. It's not like Fanatic or something. Fanatic pedals have different springs, different travel. There's the little clutch throw simulator. It's not like you can just flip your Fanatic pedals upside down and everything is still good to go. So I wonder, because the flight stick that I'm eyeballing is also by Thrustmaster, I'm wondering if there was not some way that you could use your racing pedals, because I only have the load cell simulator on my brake pedal, but I wonder if there's a way that you could use your clutch and your throttle, since they have identical springs and identical travel. I wonder if there's a way you could use them as the rudder pedals. Oh dear. Oh, sir. Use them as the rudder pedals for a Thrustmaster flight stick. I wonder. Bottom line, I have games that I thought I would like that I didn't. I have games that I think I will like that I haven't got yet, even though I'm really interested in them. It's just it's kind of a, I don't know. Is it a phenomenon? Could we use a word like that? I don't know. It fascinates me. It really does how fickle people can be. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But we really can be kind of capricious. Oh, it's vocabulary day here on the channel. He's busting out all the big words. But it's true. And that's another thing that is fascinating about people. People, man. Endlessly fascinating. I understand why people get into sociology and psychology, because people, the study of people is just amazing. People as individuals, I have to say, I'm not really a fan. I'm not necessarily a people person. But people as a group, fascinating. Now we got to beat this glass truck out of here. Not going to happen. He got the jump on us. He got the whole shot. I look at everything as the whole shot now because I'm immersed in motocross games. You just steady back there. I see you. I see you, sir. Let us take a quick peek because I need to hit my coffee, which is way over there on the desk. I need to hit my coffee, and I'm also just curious how far we have to go. So, let us get to pardon me. Let us get to a straight stretch of road. Looking at the mini-map, not likely. Don't you believe it? It's maybe right here. Maybe right here. We're gonna hit the. We're gonna bring the other information center up quickly. All right, here goes. We got about 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh. You're on. Let's do it. Let's just do it. So yeah, all aspects of gaming really are really interesting. I saw this was on Slate. Slate is it was a magazine. Now it's primarily a website, as all magazines are. I don't think there's really a lot of paper printing is going away. Everything's going to the web. Of course it is. But I saw on Slate there was a story about Ninja and the Fortnite tournament. I don't play Fortnite, never have, has zero appeal to me. However, same can be said of footy and cricket. There's a lot of things that have no appeal to me. Does not mean there's anything wrong with them. It just means that it ain't my bag. But I read the article, and apparently this cat makes $500,000 a month playing Fortnite. Oh, God bless you. Ninja? I think his name's Tyler. His real name's Tyler. He goes by Ninja. Of course he does. $500,000 a month. Holy monkey. Good on you, my friend. That is awesome. I love it. And then I read down below, and the comments were all essentially... I spend time on Slate. I spend time in the comments. And it's... I don't know what the demographic of that crowd is. They seem pretty intelligent. They're pretty... they're older than millennials, although there are some millennials there. They seem pretty affluent. They seem pretty well educated. They seem pretty white, for lack of a better word. And, it's a nice enough crowd. But they're not, it's not National Review. They're not that old, and they're not that out of touch. And the comments, all of the comments were like, what the F? Ninja plays Fortnite on Twitch. I don't know what any of those words mean. And, they were having a good time with it. Nobody was upset or anything. But people were like, wow, I'm officially old. I don't know what the hell any of that means. And I can relate. Things do move pretty quick. And I think for a lot of people, when they talk about gaming, when they think about gaming, they are thinking about what gaming was when they were in college 10 or 15 years ago, because, normal people... What normal people do... Find a good gear here. Pull up just a little bit right there. What normal people do is, when they graduate from college, they get a job. They marry the person that they were dating in college, or the person that they started dating after the person they were dating in college. They move into an apartment. They get pregnant on purpose or accidentally. They move out of the apartment and get a condo. They have a kid. They have another kid, they buy a house, and then they're just busy as hell. all they do is, change diapers and take kids to hockey practice and equestrian and whatever the hell else they're into. They have no time for gaming. Because gaming takes mental energy. Netflix does not. You get done taking care of your kids, you get done doing all that stuff, the homework and the lunches, and right, you got to do your own shit too, because you're checking email from work till midnight, and you get all of that done, and it's like you and your partner just fall onto the couch and throw on some Netflix. Man, I don't have time to be like solving riddles. I'm exhausted. So those people are not into gaming. This is kind of a generalization. It's not meant in any way to be derogatory, but people that are really into gaming, in my experience, tend to be single. Or they tend to be, at the very least, they don't have any kids. Because you need some free time to game. And I don't mean free time, like I said, plop down on the couch and throw on Netflix. You need to have, you got to have headspace to game. Gaming is tricky. So for people that fell away from it 15 or 20 years ago, I don't think they really know what gaming is or what it has become. And so the idea of watching somebody play a video game is bizarre to them. Why would you watch somebody play Sonic or Mario Kart, right? Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. It's just a different, they just don't know. And it's not something that they're interested in exploring, so they're not going to know. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, there are things that I'm never going to know about because I have no interest in knowing about them. But it is, gaming it's changing fast, man. It really is. And I do think we are not too far out from, there's going to be a time, I say 4 or 5 years, where games will be not only photorealistic, virtually identical to watching a movie, virtually identical to watching a movie, but we're going to get away from menus that allow us to talk to characters, interact with characters. Oh, fantastic. I think we're just about there. Beautiful. Right? You know how it is. You talk to a character and you get, there's 4 choices. Use the D-pad. Up, down, left, right. Pick a choice. We're not going to need to do that anymore. I've already got several Sims that I can just talk to. The F1 franchise, you can just talk to your crew chief. You tell them what you want and they'll do it. Crew Chief, which is a mod, an add-on app that I use for iRacing. Same thing. You can just talk to your crew chief. You can tell them what you want to happen in the pit stop. You don't need to be messing with menus or trying to press buttons while you're driving. You can just tell them what you want. I believe soon enough, there will be a game where you walk into a tavern or a bar in a spaceport or whatever, and instead of walking up to the bartender and having 4 choices that you select with the D-pad, you can just talk to the bartender. And depending on your character and your demeanor and the stress level in your voice and a lot of other things that are very futuristic to us right now. Oh, this is narrow. Oh, pro mods. This is very narrow. Things that are very futuristic to us right now. The idea that a video game could detect the stress level in your voice and use that to convey information to an NPC or an AI. That's like, oh, come on, man. You're just being silly. That's impossible. Of course. Wait a minute. All right. I'm calling shenanigans on that. With that island over there, there's no reason I would have needed to stop back that far. I mean, I guess it's fair because when I'm up this far, I can't see the light. But still, it's not like I was out in traffic. All right. So it goes. But it will get there. And it will get there fairly soon. And, I joke about this all the time. But once the sex robots get here, nobody's going to leave their house again. Ever. Between home office, home gym, home theater, gaming, and sex robots? Shit. There's going to be a lot less commuter miles. Telling you what. All right, now get rid of that. Go back to the map. I got to see where my turn is. Get rid of it. Oh, is it here? We go left or right? Oh, damn it. Oh, no, it's right there. Okay. All right, I'm glad we did this in one episode. It didn't seem super long. I was worried, what was it, 500 kilometers? I was worried that it was going to be like 50 minutes, and it's really not that long at all. So we got to swing wide. Bring it all the way around. All the way around. We'll pull it right in here. Beautiful. No, I don't want to skip parking, man. This is one of these pull-throughs. This is one of these dolly trailer pull-throughs. Unless we don't get it. How bad did we miss? Oh, we didn't miss. We just didn't get up far enough. There it is. Throw her in neutral. Neutral, I said. Throw her in neutral. Set the brake. Engine is off. Oh, yeah. Let it tick all the way down. Right. Unload the trailer. Here we go. We are on time. We took no damage. Fantastic. 10 grand. Almost at level 32. There you go. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of European Truck Simulator 2. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.